From translation, RSV Revised Standard Version, this 121 day of the year, today we are reading passages 1 Chronicles 3-5 1 Chronicles chapter 3, verses 1 to 23. These are the sons of David who were born to him in Hebron. The firstborn Amnon by Abigail the Carmelitess, the second Daniel by Abigail the Jezreelitess. The third Absalom, whose mother was Maacah, the daughter of King Talmai of Geshur. The fourth Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith. The fifth Shephatiah by Abital. The sixth Ithream by his wife Eglah. 6 were born to him in Hebron, where he reigned 7 years and 6 months, and he reigned 33 years in Jerusalem. These were born to him in Jerusalem: Shimea, Shobab, Nathan, and Solomon, 4 by Bathsheba, the daughter of Amiel, and Ibhar, Elishama, Eliphelet, Noga, Nepheg, Japhia, Elishama, Eliada, and Eliphelet, 7. All these were the sons of David, besides the sons of the concubines, and Tamar was their sister. Solomon's son was Rehoboam, Abijah his son, Asa his son, Jehoshaphat his son, Joram his son, Ahaziah his son, Joash his son, Amaziah his son, Azariah his son, Jotham his son, Ahaz his son, Hezekiah his son, Manasseh his son, Ammon his son, Josiah his son. The sons of Josiah: Johanan the firstborn, the second Jehoiakim, the third Zedekiah, the fourth Shallum. The sons of Jehoiakim: Jeconiah his son, Zedekiah his son. The sons of Jeconiah: Asaiah, Shealtiel his son, Malchiram, Pedaiah, Shenazar, Jechamiah, Hoshama, and Nedabiah. The sons of Pedaiah: Zerubbabel and Shimei. The sons of Zerubbabel: Meshullam and Hananiah. Shelomith was their sister, Hashubah, Ohel, Berechiah, Hasadiah, and Joshab-Hest, 5. The sons of Hananiah: Pelatiah and Jeshuiah. The sons of Raphiah: Onan and Obadiah. The sons of Shechaniah: Shemaiah. The sons of Shemaiah: Hattush, Igal, Bariah, Neriah, and Shaphat, 6. The sons of Neriah: Elionai, Hizkiah, and Azrikam, 3. The sons of Elionai: Hodiah, Eliashib, Peliah, Akub, Johanan, Deliah, and Anani, 7. 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verses 1 to 34. The sons of Judah: Perez, Hezron, Carmi, Hur, and Shobal. Reiah the son of Shobal became the father of Jahath, and Jahath became the father of Ahumai and Lahad. These were the families of the Zorathites. These were the sons of Etam: Jezreel, Ishma, and Idbash. The name of their sister was Hazilelponi. Penuel was the father of Jedor, and Ezer the father of Husha. These were the sons of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, the father of Bethlehem. Asher the father of Tekoa had 2 wives, Helah and Nara. Nara bore him Ahazam, Hepher, Temeni, and Harheshtari. These were the sons of Nara. The sons of Helah: Zereth, Ishar, Ethnan, and Koz, who became the father of Anub, Hatzobah, and the families of Aharhel, the son of Haram. Jabez was more honorable than his brothers. And his mother called his name Jabez, saying, Because I bore him with pain. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, O that thou wouldst bless me and enlarge my border, and that thy hand might be with me, and that thou wouldst keep me from harm, so that it might not hurt me. And God granted what he asked. Caleb the son of Hezron had children by his wife Azubah, and by Jerioth. And these were her sons, Jeshur, Shobab, and Arden. When Azubah died, Caleb married Ephrath, who bore him Hur. Hur became the father of Uri, and Uri became the father of Bezalel. Afterward Hezron went in to the daughter of Machir, the father of Gilead, whom he married when he was 60 years old, and she bore him Segub. And Segub became the father of Jair, who had 23 towns in the land of Gilead. And he gave Jeshur and Aram to the wife of Jair, so that the towns of Jair according to their families were 23. These were the sons of Manasseh: Ashriel, whom his Syrian concubine bore, Machir the father of Gilead, for he had a wife of whom he had sons, and the name of his wife was Maacah. And Machir's sister was Maacah, and Machir's son was Gilead, and Gilead's son was Jair. Gilead's wife was named Maacah, and Maacah's son was Peresh, and his son Sheresh, and his sons Ulam and Rakem. The son of Ulam was Bedan. These were the sons of Gilead the son of Machir, son of Manasseh. The sons of Ephraim: Shuthelah and Bird his son, Tahath his son, Eladah his son, Tahath his son, Zabad his son, Shuthelah his son, and Ezer and Elid, whom the men of Gath, who were native of the land, killed, because they came down to raid their cattle. And Ezer and Elid died, and the bereavement of Ephraim was very great. His daughter was Shira, who built both Beth-horon the lower and the upper. The sons of Asher: Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, Beriah, and their sister Sarah. The sons of Beriah: Heber and Malchiel, who was the father of Berzavith. The sons of Heber: Japhlet, Shema, Hotham, and their sister Shua. The sons of Japhlet: Pasach, Bimhal, and Ashvath. These are the sons of Japhlet. The sons of Shema: Ahi and Roga, Hubba and Aram. The sons of his brother Helam: Zophar, Imnah, Shelesh, and Amal. The sons of Zophar: Sewa, Harnepher, Shual, Biri, and Imrah, Bezer, Hod, Shammah, Shilsha, Ithran, and Bera. The sons of Japhlet: Pasach, Bimhal, and Ashvath, and Shua their sister, the sons of Ulla, Ara, Haniel, and Rizia. These were the sons of Asher, descendants of the fathers, heads of their fathers' houses, choice and mighty men of valor, chief of the princes. And the number of them enrolled by genealogy for service in war was 26,000 men. 1 Chronicles chapter 5, verses 1 to 26. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn. But because he defiled his father's bed, his birthright was given to the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel, so that he could not be enrolled as the firstborn in the genealogy. Though Judah became strong among his brothers and a prince came from him, yet the birthright belonged to Joseph, the sons of Reuben, of Joel, the chief, and the genealogy of his descendants was registered, even to 24 generations, each man being a chief. The sons of Joel, Shemiah his son, whose son was Gog, whose son was Shimei, whose son was Micah, whose son was Reiah, whose son was Baal, whose son was Bera, whom Tilgath-Pilneser king of Assyria carried away captive. He was prince of the Reubenites. And his kinsmen of their families, when the genealogy was recorded, were Jael and Zechariah and Bela the son of Azaz, son of Shammah, son of Joel, who lived in Aroer, as far as Nebo and Baal-meon, and eastward to the entrance of the desert this side of the Euphrates, because their cattle had increased in the land of Gilead. And in the days of Saul they made war on the Hagarites, who fell by their hand, and they dwelt in their tents throughout all the land east of Gilead. The sons of Gad lived over against them in the land of Bashan, as far as Salcah. Joel the chief, Shapham the second, Janai, and Shaphat in Bashan. And their kinsmen of their fathers' houses, Michael, Meshullam, Sheba, Jorai, Jachin, Zia, and Eber, 7. These were the sons of Hael the son of Huri, son of Jarro, son of Gilead, son of Michael, son of Jeshishai, son of Jardo, son of Buz. Ahi the son of Abdi, son of Guni, was chief in their fathers' houses. They dwelt in Gilead, in Bashan, and in its villages, and in all the pasture lands of Sharon to their borders. All of them were enrolled by genealogies in the days of Jotham king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam king of Israel. The Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh had valiant men, who carried shield and sword, and drew the bow, expert in war, 44,760, ready for service. They made war on the Hagrites, Jetah, Naphish, and Nodab, and when they received help against them, the Hagrites were given into their hands, and all who were with them. For they cried to God in the battle, and he granted their entreaty because they trusted in him. They carried off their cattle, 50,000 of their camels, 250,000 sheep, 2,000 donkeys, and 100,000 men alive. Many fell slain because the war was of God, and they dwelt in their place until the exile. The members of the half-tribe of Manasseh lived in the land. They were very numerous from Bashan to Baal-Hermon, Senir, and Mount Hermon. These were the heads of their fathers' houses. Ephah, Ishi, Eliel, Azriel, Jeremoth, Jebai, and Abdiel, mighty men of valor, famous men, heads of their fathers' houses. And they were transgressors against the God of their fathers, and they went astray after the gods of the peoples of the land, whom God had destroyed before them. So the God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul king of Assyria, the spirit of Tilgath-Pilneser king of Assyria, and he carried them away, namely, the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and brought them to Halah, Habah, Hara, and the river Gozan to this day.